Okay, we've got this little thing. This is going to be a key hook. We're going to put it on some wood, and then I'll have some wooden pegs coming out of it for your keys or your dog lead. The next one, let's put some light on the side. Right, the next one is going to be some more elbows. I'll design these elbows. It took ages to design them. Basically, I found that one online. I took this end bit off and resized it, but oh my god, it took me ages using Tinkercad. So there it is now. A little bit scruffy, but it fits just right. So cost 15 pence to print, which I think is quite cheap. So the next thing then is I'm printing these, which are quite hefty, but I'm taking the holes out because I printed them with holes in for access, but I found out later on I don't need it. So that's the next thing. And over on the A1 over here, we're printing them. They're two halves of a soap mold. So we're experimenting on making soap molds. As you can see, this little place is full of all the goodies you need for a 3D printing business. Oh, it's pretty jam-packed here actually. P1P there, and two A1 minis behind it. Ventilation hose, which I'll be attaching today. All sorts of bits and pieces. Some packaging under there, boxes and envelopes. So yeah, these racks are brilliant from B&Q in the UK. Easy to put together and really sturdy. But as you can see, I've put slabs, concrete slabs down to stop the vibration. Because that's one thing you do get with 3D printers, a lot of vibration. So it'll help stop that. So yeah, as I said, this one's been printed out. Did it? Somebody say walkies. That on, I may print it out on plastic, all in one go, with the two different filaments. Could do it on the A1, or I may just use it as it is and put it on some wood. And that's some hooks. Hooks need to be at 45 degree. They'll be dowels, I should imagine. But I could do it in 3D as well. I could do a 3D print. Now, this morning on Temu, I've seen these for sale. But the only thing is, the ones on Temu are a lot shorter. They're only 4 inches high. I think they're quite cheap, but they are really small. So it's a little bit of a rip-off really. Temu is China, you know, basically buying it from China. So the height of these ones, which are printed everywhere, are nearly 6 inches. 5 3/4 inches, or 5.5 inches. So the Temu ones have shrunk a bit. And I don't really know why. China, they just want to save money and rip people off. So if you want some of these, they'll be on the shop very soon. Printedin3d.com. It's not currently live, but it will be soon. So this is what we printed last night. That's in black PLA. That'll be for a dog lead holder. This one is making elbows, which are these. It took ages to get that proper, to get it at the right angle, absolutely ages. So there we are. These little machines are great, you know, if you're doing small things. You could batch them all out, but I find it goes a little bit haywire. It's just not being printed straight, although it is level. So over here, we've got some soap molds. This is a devil of a long print. This will take 17 hours, which you think, oh my good lord, 17 hours. Basically, you start your printing and forget about it, and then tomorrow it'll be done. It's currently using one colour, which is it's quite a nice colour, like a biscuit colour. But you can have 4 colours on there, and it'll work seamlessly. It's Bambu Labs have got this down to a fine art. So what we'll do then, we'll put them end to end, and you'll have a 500mm a 500mm box really, and we'll put little clamps in it as well. So it's just in project mode at the moment. It's something I thought about. I've seen the wooden ones on Etsy, but they're very expensive. But this one I can print 2 ends all in one go, and then to cut the soap, because you need to cut it properly, we're going to make a slice-in piece of plastic. And here's the design. So the soap mold will go in there, and then you'll use some wire or a knife, and they'll be separated so you get equal sized pieces of soap. We call it a loaf of soap. It goes in there. Obviously you'll have 2 of these together, and you'll be able to slice the soap really easy. So all this lot will be on Etsy for sale, and on my website, which is printedin3d.com. That'll be available soon. It's not quite up. I've got the domain, but I haven't put anything on there really. So also what I've done, because I'm putting some plastic conduit on the outside, so I've printed some clips off as well. Good thing about a 3D printer is you can just make whatever you want, and happy days. You've got it within a couple of minutes for a clip, or for an elbow. I think that's about half an hour that's going to take. But that print there for the 2 soap molds, or 2 halves of a soap mold, that's a 17-hour print. But you know, that's what 3D printing is. It's slow but accurate. So I got another one under there, another E1 combo, another one over there, A1 combo. I got 2 minis over there, and I got another mini over there. Excuse me. And loads of PLA filament. So yeah, we've got a lot of stock here. Just recently done the roof because it was leaking. So it's really nice in here all the time. It's just warm. Well, I won't say it's warm. It's sort of, it's just nice. You know, it's a nice working temperature to work in. I really do like it. But this is 3D printing. Now, things don't always go to plan. As you can see by this elbow, it just didn't work out. And that's it with 3D printing. I had another one here, just not the right size, too much of an arc on it, too much of a bend. It means you've got to use Tinkercad or something else. And then finally we got to this. This must be the 10th try, but this one works okay. This fits on the pipe that I'm using it for. and costs 15 pence to make. Where you're going to get a PVC elbow 25mm for 15 pence, you're not going to get one anywhere. You know, you can go to your DIY shops and you'll find they're very expensive. So it's easier to print one out. So the machines, this little one here, that with a couple of rows of filament is just over £200. And it's great for doing little jobs, right? Or if you're going to do some dog walking stuff, key hooks, anything like that, that's fantastic. Another thing I've done was this grate here for the drains. Just pop that in. I thought it was a dog paw, but it's not, it's a bear paw. But they're great. I don't sell these, not yet anyway. But I probably will sell something similar, and they'll be on my website as well. These really solid. They stops all the crap going down the drain, you know. So they're okay. What else we got here? Right, I've got a fan that needs to go through some plastic. So the fan's there, but there's a clamp that was printed out all in one go. So I don't know if I can open this with one hand. I'll try. It's a bit awkward trying to film. There we are. I got that open. So we've got this vent, which will poke through the plastic that way, and then the back of it, then we're going to have this clamp, which is 3D printed as well, and that will go on that flexible pipe there, and the other side of it will be the fan, so it'll be blowing towards, it's not where the arrow is now, the arrow is sucking in, but it'll be blowing outwards, because PLA does give off fumes, dust particles, which is not good for your health. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, PLA is okay. Well, since I've been using it, I've been coughing my guts up in the night, so it's not good. You know, I've got a door open, so we got some changes of air. So this clamp, brilliant. I found it on Printables, I think it was. I'm not selling it, somebody else's design. And for me to design that, it would take me a month. So you could do something similar. It's got a hole there, look, for a screw. But that vent, you can buy all this stuff on B&Q and everything, but I find it easier to make. And it's mine, you know, I just printed it. I'll go on the outside quite discreetly, and then the pipe will come through the wall. That'll clip on there, and then the clamp then will clip on that as well. So it'll be nice and well, as good as you can make it. So as you can see, with all this one here, that one there, and that one is all running off one plug, a 13-amp plug. It's going through the wall there to a plug point. So you can run 6 3D printers off a 13-amp plug in the UK. Right, so you've got all plugged in behind there. I'm using, at the moment, it's just one there, and there'll be another one popping up there very soon. One of the ones, probably that one on the underneath there. So I'll have another A1 Mini where the PC is, and you can do a maximum of 6. Now that's a mixture. You can have 2 of these, and the rest are 4 the small ones. Right, because you don't want to overload your supply. It's a 13-amp socket. If you go on ChatGPT and tell them you've got a 13-amp socket, what can I run on it? And it'll tell you. It's pretty accurate, to be fair. Now, these machines, the smaller ones, they use watts of power once they've started. It's hardly anything. But the A1 is a lot different because it's got a bigger heating coil. So it takes a lot of time to warm up and you're going to draw a lot more electric. That's why I've only got one A1 Mini and the A1 running together at this time, because I don't want to overload the circuit. Also in here, what I got one of these which gives you your own Wi-Fi. Now it's got a cable that's going back to the house, and that plugs into the internet in the house. But using that there, that little box, it's absolutely fantastic. It's got a little power adapter to there, and I've got to put it somewhere tidy, probably on this door here or something. But that'll give you your own Wi-Fi in here, so you can send all the files from your laptop to the machines, and the machines are registered with that modem. Also, you've got your own VPN in the modem, so if there's anybody searching nearby, they can't see exactly what you're printing. Currently VPNs are allowed in the UK, but shortly I should think that we'll be getting told not to use them. But I'm just using it for this little hobby that I've got going here. So anyway, that's it for today, I should imagine. You can see that's printing lovely there. It's printing some trees supports for the pipework, because it can't obviously print in thin air, otherwise it just fall to the bottom. That one there is doing two moulds, or two halves of one mould. I'll show you these tomorrow. I'll do another live tomorrow, and you'll see that these actually are suited, they've clamped together. I'm going to put some clamps on them, and then with the other parts of it I'll be selling it as a kit. So please comment, like and subscribe. We've got 42,000 subscribers from all over the world, and we may be changing the channel name from Out in the Car to Drive, Bake and Make. That'll be our new name, so you'll need to look out for that. We'll have a new logo, Drive, Bake and Make, and please come along and subscribe. Anyway, have a great day, all stay safe. I'll see you again very, very soon.